Why have you decided to end my sword fighting?
Because the pupil has surpassed the master.
How did you go blind, Master?
From the flames that came out of the mouth of the dragon yak.
I'm so sorry, Master. How did you go blind,
From the flame.
Really? I seem to remember you telling me enough.
Better to remember that you have memory problems, young disciple. Trust me.
The bush in the entryway is dead.
The soil is good, but the seed was bad. It had to die. It dishonored the soil that nurtured it.
Why can't I remember anything about my previous life?
It's not my role to help you with. Nevertheless, something I teach you today might help you recover.
Why can't I remember any?
It's not my role to help. Nevertheless, something I teach you today might. You have demonstrated that you possess the patience, the astuteness, the perseverance, and the respect for life required to learn to control your unknown sense.
Thank you, Master.
Have you finished your chores for today?
Yes, Master.
Good. Because today you won't be capable of doing anything else. Prepare yourself. Forget you have eyes and open your unknown sense. Prepare yourself.
I'll never be able to do it.
Never doesn't exist. Patience, yes. This time you lasted 1 second longer. Prepare yourself.
Henry!
John!
Release her!
Not yet. First, you're going to make me immortal.
Not on your life.
Such rancor. And what about her?
No! Ah!
You have 20 minutes to prepare the potion. Half hour at most. Your sainted mother has brought everything a good alchemist could possibly need. Right, Doctor? Recognize this, John? I found it in Bratislava. Who knows how it got there?
Yeah? Well, a simple carpenter's cup would have worked just as well.
John,
Thank you, John. So, John, tell me everything. Did you meet Napoleon, Nostradamus, Marilyn Monroe, Hitler? Come on, John.
Why were you pretending to be my mother?
John,
Who are you really?
who I say I am. Elaine Yester.
Is it true what you told me about your husband?
Almost all of it. Frank was my thesis director, and I fell in love. He died at 84, 3 years ago, peacefully in his bed. Not in Cadway Station. Henry invented that story and had me tell it to.
Are you really an expert on medieval?
All the books and articles written by Frank and myself that you read were all...
How did you get involved in all...
Henry hired me 2 years ago when he had only one clue. The symbol. I learned of its connection to the Order of the Flesh. A few months ago, I pretended to be your mother up until your fake suicide in Paris. And when you came back to life, I played the role again.
What do you get out of all this?
I stay alive. If Pauline comes back to life...
You know, Henry, do you really believe he'll let you...
Yes? Right, Henry?
I'm the American millionaire who dedicates the most money in White Enterprises. I've created You know, Elaine. You can rest assured that when I become immortal...
How long were you torturing me in that room?
From the day we took you there, 2 years went by. But I missed out on the first month.
That scar.
Only when it's gonna rain. The doctors that Henry hired were the best. In less capable hands, I would have never made it.
Did you enjoy torturing me?
Yes, it made me feel good. Powerful,
Did you ever feel guilt?
One day, around a year after you got there, you'd passed out after I broke several of your ribs with the baseball. You woke up and asked, "Do you know what your name is?" I said, and I quote, "My name is Samuel." You said only this, "You're lucky, Samuel." It was weeks before I tortured you again.
What do you think Henry will do?
Henry is my best friend, and well, isn't that right, Henry?
I'm your only friend, Cooper. The only one. But, do you know what? You're also my only friend. My life began at the same time yours did. In the university. The day we teamed up to kill Ralph Nobody could understand how we got along so well. But what we had. How could I face immortality without...
How many have you killed?
Not that many. Around 50. Well, twice that if I count you.
Why did you kill Pauline's father?
He didn't want to play ball.
Pauline told...
He had spent the entire day with an American collect. The man was going to... When I woke up the next...
What really happened?
To gain his trust, I told him that I wanted to have first option to buy all... But when I tried to get information about the Order of the Flesh, he said that he had abandoned the investigation years ago without turning any...
How did you get to...
It was your friend Boris in Cad...
He says he lived in Paris, Berlin, Moscow. What a shame.
I started monitoring the libraries in all of those cities. If our good man Petit was...
What did he tell you about his relationship with...
With you, you mean? But the Flash... You started to believe that you had lived in the time of the Inquisition. Yes, John. You tried to kill your... Aren't you happy to find out that we're not so different?
What have you done to me?
Everything imaginable. Can you be a little more specific?
At first, you only Why did you start torturing them, using the techniques of the...
Because of you, John. When Doctor yesterday connected your scar with the Order, and I saw the acts of torture they practiced, you made me what I am, John, and I thank you from the bottom.
What happened after the day that you shot me in the back and Boris escaped from the where?
The best period of my life. Imagine a boy with a cake you can never finish. A pervert with a girl who doesn't know how to keep her legs together. Or a psychopath with a victim that can be killed over and... But everything ends up getting old. I wanted to be like you, and I...
Marcel screwed it up by making me drink mercury. That improved my ability to remember.
Just the opposite. If it weren't for that, we probably wouldn't be here today. Marcel was an excellent professional and a good friend. But make no mistake, I'm not reproaching you and the girl for killing. I probably would.
How did it occur to you to hire me?
Your flashbacks were what did it. I used to, when Doctor yesterday, I thought that your ability to remember your own past would be the best, and it's worked out that.
You've promised Cooper and Elaine that you'll
And I will. Since he was no longer useful to me and he knew too much, I had to have him liquidated.
What good will Elaine be to you when you're immortal, Henry?
Marcel was an excellent professional and a good friend, but I probably would have ended up killing him myself.
If you do this to all your friends, what's Cooper to think?
Henry?
Cooper. Shit, John. What did they ever do to you?
At last. It's...
And the girl. Have you forgotten? Will she remember?
You son of a bitch! No!
Good God. Is this the price one has to pay for immortality?
You'll pay for all...
Don't threaten me, John. You're just one bullet away.
How do you feel now?
Peaceful. Serene. I want to start all over.
Any idea how many bullets you have left, Henry?
Don't mess with me, John.
John, what are you doing?
Welcome to eternity, Henry White.
What do we do now, John?
I don't want to remember anything else. But what I do want, Pauline, is that you help me to forget.